welcome to another video. I am going to go through my favorite makeup products from 2018. I didn't really wear that much makeup and it's not anything new or extraordinary, but I still have a few favorites and I just felt like it was appropriate to share them. It is makeup that I use very frequently because it is my favorite, and it is just products that I find really last a long time and look really beautiful on the skin. I will try and go through it as I apply it, kind of, and I will demo some of the products for you. The first product is a primer. This is the Urben Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I have pretty dry skin, but still a lot of texture. Most like pore perfecting primers are quite drying, but I don't find this one to dry my skin. But yeah, this one makes my foundation go on so smooth, and I feel like it really helps to make my foundation last a lot longer. And speaking of foundation, the one I've used the most, as you can see, this is my YSL Touche Eclat Le Tint foundation. And I'm almost out. Even though it looks quite dark, it's such a light natural coverage that it turns a tiny bit lighter on your skin. And I mostly use foundation, at least a foundation like this, like a lightweight, light coverage everyday foundation. I only use that really to even out the color because I wear fake tan on my body and not on my face. But yeah, this is so beautiful on the skin and it lasts all day, and definitely have to repurchase this ASAP because I love it. And I love to apply it both with a sponge, brushes and my hands. I don't really like applying stuff with my hands, but this is just so beautiful. I will show you that in my everyday makeup that is coming up, so if you're interested, please subscribe and turn on the bell, then you will get notified when I upload again. It will be up in a week or two, I'm not really sure. And then for my full coverage, like perfect skin girls, I love the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation like every other girl does. I feel like this is just the foundation of 2018. I have two colors. I have like my kind of natural color when I don't have that much fake tan on, and then a really dark one. I'm never this color. I couldn't find like a really good fake tan color, but if I mix these, it's pretty good, if I say so myself. And then I can apply a bit more of the dark one or the light one where I am in my tanning routine. But yeah, this is just beautiful on the skin. It's really lightweight, but it has great coverage. It lasts a really long time. It transfers a tiny bit, but I don't powder my whole face, so maybe if you are like afraid of transferring on someone's shoulder when you hug them or something like that, then you really have to powder your whole face. But for like an everyday look, I like a tiny bit of dew, and then I don't powder this, and it still lasts forever. For concealer, I also have two different ones. One is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I feel like I heard a lot about this concealer. I understand that people say it's only like medium coverage even though it says super, but it is enough coverage for me, and I don't even apply that much. Every time I use it, I wipe off the applicator and only use that for like my whole face. It's really pretty when you have a full face of makeup. I wouldn't use this on its own, but in that case I have the Urben Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. Because it is a bit drier, you have to use the tiniest bit because it is full coverage, and you don't have to set it. That's what I like about it when I have like my no makeup days, because I can just cover up my dark circles with like a dot of this and blend it out, and then it just covers the right amount, and that's the only thing I use this for. Because again, for my no makeup days, I love using the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick from Benefit. It's so creamy and easy to blend out, and I use it both on my full face days and on my no makeup, because I like for my full face of makeup to layer, so I use this underneath a powder bronzer. But when I'm just doing like a really quick no makeup, I just have to correct the skin tone and look a bit more awake, this is so great. And it's not that intimidating even though it is a cream contour. To stay with a bronzer and slowly move into blush, I have this palette from Benefit. This is, I think, a few years old, but they have a current one. It's just a few other products inside. This is the Cheekathon. I'm not sure what the current one is called, but you have Hoola bronzer, which you can see I've loved a lot. I think it is my favorite bronzer. And then we have Dandelion, Dallas, Coralista, and Rockateur, which is all such beautiful blushes. I don't know, I think these palettes are so amazing to have. I also have the Hoola Light, which I think is included in this year's palette, but this is really great too. I loved it. As you can see, used it almost all up. But yeah, this is really great when I don't wear any tan at all. And my last blush I have to mention is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose d'Oro. I also love Luminoso like everybody does, but Rose d'Oro, if I can open it, it's just such a beautiful, deep, rosy blush. But it's not extremely pigmented, so it's so beautiful on the skin, and it has like gold and red glitter flecks going through, and it's just so pretty for the summertime. For highlight, I have two. I have a lot, but the two I've used the most is a more affordable one from Doll Beauty, I think it's called, but it says Doll Light on this because it's a highlighter. They also have the doll lashes. And this is Shine Bright, which is a really pretty golden, like extremely in-your-face highlight. But for my more pale days, I have loved the Anastasia Beverly Hills Emrezy highlight. And this is just, if I only had to pick one, this would be my all-time favorite highlight because it's so beautiful on the skin. It works for every single skin tone. You can apply a tiny bit and you get that really smooth, soft highlight, but you can pile it on and get like that reflection on your cheek. For my eyes, I haven't really used that much eyeshadow last year, but the one I always return to was the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. It just has everything, like every color you could almost ever need. It has great pigmentation, it's easy to work with, it has both mattes and shimmers and metallics, and I used a lot of these colors. Maybe that one too, but mostly those four. It's just a really nice palette to have, and I believe you can still get it. I will try and find it and link it down below. Then for my eyebrows, even though I have been growing out my brows for a few years, they are still really sparse and they don't really have that much shape, and they are not alike at all, so I really have to make them look the same. But yeah, I don't have a specific like miracle product, but I would just mention Benefit. Like, they just rule the brow game. I both have the Brow, I have the 3D brow tones, I have the new Brow Contour Pro, I have a Gimme Brow, and I have the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I also have that primer thing, which is in my bathroom because I use it as a like skincare product more than a makeup product, but I really love that one too. I would love to try the Precisely My Brow pencil because I feel like the more unruly my brows get, the more precision I need, and I have been loving the Goof Proof, but I feel like now when I have all those tiny hairs everywhere that this gets a bit messy sometimes if I'm not careful. So right now I am wearing the Brow. because it's a bit more precise. For mascara, I have a drugstore and a high-end. Kind of the same vibe they give, and maybe that's why I love them both. But I have been using the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic mascara, which has that giant brush on it. And then I have been loving the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I just have the small ones. If I can, I prefer to buy the small ones because they still have the big brush, even though it's the travel size. They are still not my like perfect mascara, but it's the closest thing I found to what I want in a mascara. I feel like this one flakes a tiny bit and this one transfers a tiny bit, but they still give me curl and volume and length, and it doesn't flake or smudge that bad. So that's why these are my favorites, because it's the closest thing I found on like the perfect mascara this year. For my lips, I don't really have like a favorite lip combo, but I have been using Stripdown from MAC as my everyday lip liner, and kind of with everything. Yeah, it depends on my mood, if I'm into like a gloss or a liquid lipstick, or sometimes I just use the lip liner and some lip balm. I have a few products I want to mention, but I've only had them for, I think I got them in late November, so I'm not sure if I can call them like a 2018 favorite, but I have most of them here. These are the Dose of Color Desi X Katie lip products. I have both glosses, I have both lipsticks. I just think the other one is in my bag. And then I have both liquid lipsticks. I think I've used the most. I think I just prefer the pink reflex in this one than the gold. Now we are at it, I just want to mention the highlighters too. Fuego is beautiful. Chasing the Sun is way too dark for my face. I sometimes use it as like a cheek topper, or I use it on my eyes. For like my everyday makeup look, I love using this on my eyes because it is so warm that it really complements my green eyes. And of course, the Friendcation palette. This is just such great eyeshadows. I was surprised how pigmented they were, and they are so easy to work with. I have quite kind of hooded eyes, but just really loose eyelids, so eyeshadow skips on me really easily, but this one makes blending so much easier. Just wanted to mention the Dose of Color Desi X Katie collaboration, because I think you can still get at least some of the products some places, and they are really worth it. Another few things I wanted to mention, just because you have to. It's not really a surprise that this is a favorite. I have the Urben Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This is the pollution protection. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I hope that this one does a bit more. I live in a big city, live in Copenhagen, in the middle of the city, so pollution protection sounds really nice. And it is a miracle product, like it really makes your face stay on all day. And then because my skin is really dry, of course, I love MAC Fix Plus. This is the lavender, and I love lavender. It smells so good. But yeah, that was everything. I feel like I have talked so much. My throat is so dry now. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you maybe found some new products that you want to try. But yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!